Hey loves, welcome back to the P'osies Café series with writers Sanitra Polk and Tanika Nakia. We're so glad that you came back to join us at the P'osies Café. And we hope that you have been enjoying yourself. So come on in, grab your tea, your coffee, or your hot chocolate because we know it's cold outside. Sit back, relax, and without further ado, we have another treat for you titled Mr. Daniels and His Cup of Coffee, Part 5. So it's Part 5, y'all. Let's go. Mom, she asks, is he eating now? Mr. Daniels lifted his head slowly, his eyes focusing intently on Kimberly. Kimberly let out a breath of relief. Well, that's good, Mom. Thank God. Keep me posted, she said before placing her phone in her back pocket. Mr. Daniels, would you like another cup of coffee? She asked. On the house. She knew his coffee had to be cold by now. No, thank you, he smiled. How is your dad? He asked. Well, answered Kimberly. He wasn't eating, but now Mom says he's able to eat a bowl of oatmeal. You know the cancer has taken a toll, Kimberly continued as she sat down at the table with them. He placed his wrinkled hand gently upon hers. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. This is a tough time for you and your family, but I pray you have peace in the midst of it all. And I'm glad your dad is able to eat again. Healing is the children's bread. Kimberly couldn't understand what he meant when he said that, but she felt relieved. Her face relaxed, her smile reappeared, and her chest was no longer tight. Thank you, Mr. Daniels, she said as he gave a smile and a nod. Well, let me get back to work. Did you want that fresh cup of coffee? She asked again. No, I'm fine. Thank you, he answered. Lesliana returned to the cash register with a smile on her face. Mr. Daniels watched as she bounced happily back. It was then he knew she had earned a good grade on her research paper. Jacob switched over to helping the rest of the crew with drinks, pastries, and sandwiches. Order after order, the cafe moved busily along to the flow of each upbeat song. As Gregory tackled the old machine for an older lady's hot mocha latte with a shot of espresso, a flavorful drink for a spunky little old lady, he teased her like always. Miss Brenda, what you been getting into lately? This week I went hiking with my daughter-in-law, she would say. Or she was skiing, or she went to brunch with her girlfriends and had a funky good time. But this time, when Gregory asked, Miss Brenda's eyes lit up. This week I'm going to be in a fashion show, she exclaimed enthusiastically. A fashion show? Gregory asked, perplexed. Yep, Miss Brenda smiled, striking a playful pose. Gregory laughed as he handed her the latte. Well, Miss Brenda, you better show them what you're working with. You bet, Miss Brenda, replied Miss Brenda with a laugh. After making Miss Brenda's drink, Gregory and Jacob rotated through the next orders as swiftly as possible. Frappuccinos, chai teas, iced coffees, lattes, one by one. Jacob pulled the lever of the old coffee machine for the next drink to pour out when suddenly a pop sounded and smoke rose from the machine's vents. Sparks burst from the plug and outlet, startling both Jacob and Gregory. Jacob fanned the sides of the machine and moved the cup from it. But as he did, he accidentally spilled a bit of coffee on the cord. The machine grew more agitated as the sparks intensified. Then fire broke out. It was like a scene from a movie, an unrealistic one at that, because fire was now emitting from both the outlet and the old machine. Customers gasped and backed away. Kimberly rushed to Jacob and Gregory's side. As she tried to help them get the growing fire under control, she commanded all the customers to go outside. People hurried out, but Mr. Daniels stayed behind. With concern etched on his face, he slowly rose from his seat, moving only as fast as his aging body allowed. The fire rose and swiftly grabbed on to nearby towels. Call for help, Kimberly shouted to Leziana, who immediately dialed 911 and frantically reported the fire at P'osies Café on 47 in Lake Park. The operator assured her that a fire truck and ambulance were on their way. As Gregory swatted at the flames, they lashed out and stung his arm. He jolted back with a yelp and through clenched teeth told Jacob to get the fire extinguisher. Jacob ran to the back of the store. More pops and more sparks burst from the old temperamental coffee machine. Mr. Daniels moved closer, unnoticed by the crew. Kimberly and Gregory jumped back as the fire grew larger. Lesliana pressed herself into the corner by the register, still holding the phone, as frightened as anyone would be. As the flames grew bolder, Jacob came running back. I couldn't find an extinguisher. Oh no, cried Lesliana. The new fire extinguisher was supposed to be back by the crates, but with the chaos, Jacob's nerves, and boxes from the new shipment everywhere, he just couldn't find it. Mr. Daniels struggled to move faster toward them. Kimberly saw him through the flames. No, Mr. Daniels, she warned. Stay back. The daytime crew tried to fight the fire, but it burned hot. Gregory's arm throbbed, searing from the inside. The fire spread across the counter, boxing them in. Fear gripped them. But then Mr. Daniels called out, Don't be afraid. I am here. They heard him, but couldn't see him anymore. Get out of here, cried Kimberly. Just then, the fire shifted, clearing an opening, and the crew was able to escape from behind the counter. Behind them, the fire roared, thick, angry, and loud. The daytime crew made it to the door of the small, quaint coffee shop. Sirens of a fire truck grew louder and then stopped as the fire truck came to a screeching stop right in front of the P'osies Café. Firefighters jumped out the truck in their heavy fire gear, ready to conquer the angry fire. Is this everyone? Asked one of the firemen to the daytime crew as they rushed out of the coffee shop. No, Mr. Daniels, he's in there, Kimberly remembered. Yes, Mr. Daniels, repeated Lesliana. Take them, commanded the ruddy old fireman to one of the much younger firemen. I'll check. A moment later, he and another fireman returned and stood before the crew, who were being examined by EMTs. No one was inside, he reported. The crew looked at one another. They were shaken and now bewildered. Then Gregory smiled slowly. Yo. Well, loves, this concludes our Mr. Daniels and his cup of coffee, as well as our P'osies Café series. We are so glad you decided to join us. If you enjoyed our series, please share, like, and subscribe. And we look forward to you at our next series. I'm Tanika Nikia, and I'm out.